Prince Philip to retire from public engagements, says Palace. Buckingham Palace announces that 95-year-old Duke of Edinburgh will stop carrying out public engagements later this year. The Duke of Edinburgh has announced his retirement from public engagements from autumn this year, Buckingham Palace has announced. The 95-year-old Prince Philip has the full support of the Queen. The announcement was made after all members of the Queen's household were gathered at Buckingham Palace for a rare staff meeting. In a statement, Buckingham Palace said, "His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh has decided that he will no longer carry out public engagements from the autumn of this year. In taking this decision, the Duke has the full support of the Queen." Prince Philip will attend previously scheduled engagements between now and August, both individually and accompanying the Queen. Thereafter, the Duke will not be accepting new invitations for visits and engagements, although he may still choose to attend certain public events from time to time. The Duke of Edinburgh is patron, president or a member of over 780 organisations, with which he will continue to be associated, although he will no longer play an active role by attending engagements. Philip, who will be 96 on June the 10th, was pictured at Lord's Cricket Ground on Wednesday, where he opened the new £25 million Warner stand, named after Sir Pelham Warner. He joked that he was the world's most experienced plaque unveiler. Sources have stressed that Philip is likely to attend events in the future and will not completely disappear from public life. He will retain his association with charities. The official Twitter account of the royal family tweeted, "The timing of the announcement took many by surprise given that it is in the middle of a general election campaign, but does guarantee wall-to-wall coverage on broadcast media, which because of the local elections, are legally obliged to avoid political coverage. Advertisement. It is likely that the Prime Minister, Theresa May, was informed when she went to see the Queen on Wednesday to dissolve of Parliament." News of an 11th-hour staff meeting at Buckingham Palace had swept social media from the early hours, resulting in a large number of journalists gathering outside. Royal sources scotched rumours there was an imminent announcement about the health of Philip or the Queen, although the Sun's website briefly and mistakenly published a story announcing Philip's death. The Duke has one of the busiest diaries of all the royals. In 2016 he carried out official meetings and visits on 110 days of the year, far more than some younger members of his family. He is still extremely active, and was seen riding a carriage with 4 horses through Windsor in March. He took up carriage driving after being forced to retire from playing polo many years ago. In recent years he has suffered some health problems. In June 2013, he was admitted to the private London clinic for an exploratory abdominal operation. He spent 11 days in hospital, including his 92nd birthday. In August 2012 he was taken to hospital as a precaution following the recurrence of a bladder infection at Balmoral, the Queen's Highland estate. Bladder infection that caused concern at the height of the Queen's Diamond Jubilee celebrations, after he and the Queen stood for 80 minutes aboard the royal barge during the Thames flotilla in awful weather. He was treated at King Edward VII Hospital, London, and missed the Diamond Jubilee concert. Advertisement. In December 2011 doctors at Papworth Hospital in Cambridgeshire inserted a coronary stent. The Duke had suffered chest pains at Sadriam, the Queen's Norfolk estate, where the family traditionally gather at Christmas. His decision to retire from public engagements comes as he and the Queen approach their 70th wedding anniversary in November. He is the longest-serving consort in British history, supporting the nation's longest reigning monarch. Unlike Queen Victoria's Prince Albert, however, he has never been given the official title of Prince Consort. With his marriage, the Duke effectively gave up a promising naval career, which could have seen him become first